tackle, guard, center, sharp people that kind of fit the mold. You have a lot of flexibility now. Very, very, again, three-dimensional guys. Sometimes you'll land a guy he's one-dimensional. He's a tall, lean, hard-to-bend guy. He's going to play tackle. He'll never leave that position. Either maybe a shorter, squattier body guy that won't be able to handle the edge. So he's a one-dimensional guy. But I think we're in good shape. We've got some guys that can play left or right and can play inside or outside.
What was that process like? Did you handle some of the recruiting on your son, or how did that go?
Well, I did starting off, and that's why he left. So I pretty much screwed that up. The unique thing is, obviously, he's an older guy. I mean, he just didn't graduate yesterday, and which doesn't mean anything, but he's got kind of a mind of his own. And he looked at things from a perspective of academics. The location. I mean, will it benefit me? Is this a place that I can see myself having fun? Is it a place that provides the right things, what I need? And obviously he's went around the world a lot more than I wanted him to. But he's 21 years old, so he went to many places and felt that in the end, not just Dad, that West Virginia is one of the top places in the country. And it offers a great education. It offers an opportunity for him to get better from a football player standpoint for what we offer. Obviously he likes the area and Morgantown and everything involved, and why wouldn't you?
What's different between fathering a kid and coaching a kid?
We're fixing to figure that out. That's fixing to get. I'm doing better. We'll work that out, and it does make you understand the reality that every coach usually says. Well, let's look at this from the perspective of he's a son and a mom and a dad, and that's been going on for years, though. And I know when I was younger, that was never brought into the equation. This is what you're paid to do. Shut up and get it done. So, but I mean, it's a different perspective, and I think it kind of shines a different light on it. But that's the way Coach Holgerson runs it. That's what most guys do. But they want to take care of the student athlete because that's the way you're successful, and that's the way you get more student athletes.
Could you see some guys, some fathers possibly couldn't handle that, and some could? I mean, I
don't know. I didn't play for my dad. I should say that. I played high school football, and Dad coached at a school across town. We played against him, and so I guess with Kelby, I figured that'd be the same deal. I guess he'll just go ahead and just either play against or some other school. But I think in getting into it, you hear all the horror stories about maybe you lean on a guy harder because he's your son, or you don't lean on him as hard. He'll be treated fairly squarely. He knows that. He's a grown-up guy, and you get what you earn. If you're a guy that can help the program at this particular point, you got 3 for 3. You got 3 years to do it. But I think that from a recruiting standpoint, we saw enough in him from movement as a staff, from his size, his range, his movement, things he can get done. He can help us be successful.
Dana's probably going to have to go through the same thing, possibly.
Well, possibly so. And I'm going to tell you, that's not easy.
No.
You really start thinking about how is it actually because of the connection of father-son, or is it actually best for him? And I think one thing is he was allowed to go on his own and go visit and make his own decisions. So I let him do his own and did very little recruiting. I know our staff recruited him. We wrote him letters and stayed in touch with him. But, I mean, that's up to Kelby and the club.
I was going to ask, who did kind of step up there and recruit him here?
Coach Crook recruited him. I know that Dana was in on obviously recruiting him, and Ryan in the recruiting office, and I mean, and ultimately, I would talk to him from time to time about his decision and what he's doing, and kind of played it whatever's best for you.
Now he is one of those guys that could play all 3 positions, right?
No question. And he's that's an advantage of one of his. When you look, I'm looking at him as a prospect now. I'm putting the coach hat on. I mean, one of the advantages was he's a 3-dimensional guy. I mean, he's multi-dimensional. In the fact that if you need this here, if he fits here, you can move him over, and he's got that kind of body, that kind of movement.
So we feel good about that.
How much did that
What's the biggest jump for Isaiah Hardy as he comes in?
Yes, sir.
The biggest jump for Isaiah Hardy, as he comes in.
Well, anytime you come in, whether it be Kelby or Hardy, what have you, first thing is schematics. I mean, you're going to hear different snap counts. You're going to hear different calls, and this is called a 4-3, and this is called an over, and this is called an under, and this is called a bear, and this is called a double eagle, and again, it's just all different. So you're hearing and you're responding. So it's going to take a while to get a feel from a structure standpoint of what we're asking him to do, from a scheme standpoint, and then mechanically it's a little different. But football's football. In the end, that's our job. It's our job with the player to make sure he understands this is what we want to get done. This is how it works. This is where you fit in. We need you to get this done. And after a while, through repetitions and through watching tape and learning, they'll get it.
From a coach